What is up, you guys? NASM here, and today I got into the Legion Alpha, and it was just in time for the new build, which included Elemental Shaman and Enhancement Shaman, and lots of other specs that I haven't checked out yet. But I have been checking out the Shaman a lot, and there have been significant changes. I haven't really been looking at it because I didn't have Alpha, and I knew it would probably change a lot. But I finally decided to actually take a look at it, and it's still fun. Like, I don't dislike it, but I miss having so many buttons. I'm missing a lot of buttons, and the artifact talent tree is mostly like buffs. There's no real abilities there, but it is definitely new and exciting and more. It feels more up to date. They fixed a lot of the totem problems, and the biggest, like the one giant difference, is we no longer have mana. We have something called Maelstrom. And it's basically a resource that you use your general abilities to generate, and then you use the Maelstrom on things that do like much higher damage if you have more. It's different because like Elemental Blast, Earth Shock, even Earthquake use Maelstrom. Even this new artifact weapon ability uses it for some reason. It's quite a few things that use it, mostly talent and stuff. Actually, just Elemental Blast, isn't it? Well, I lied about that. Not mostly talents. It's mostly dotting and earth shocking. And then I just have Elemental Blast because it seemed like it was pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna try and organize this video to kind of go over everything the best I can. So we'll see how that goes. So for one thing, the talents are much different. And well, they seemingly more useful, as the other talents back in WoD were kind of bad. But the first tier is pretty underwhelming. It's just damage buff from Flame Shock and Lava Burst. Cooldown on your summon elementals spells is reduced by 60 seconds. And Maelstrom Totem, which is basically a Searing Totem replacement. I'm not sure which one of these will actually be best in the end, but Maelstrom Totem is the most interesting right now because it's not just a passive. It's basically just Searing Totem, but it generates Maelstrom, and it only lasts 30 seconds. Or only lasts 15 seconds, but it has a 30-second cooldown, so you have to manage it better. It does a decent amount of damage compared to Searing Totem did. It actually hits for like 10k when Lightning Bolt hits for... that was a crit. 17k. So it's not bad. Only 53k Earth Shock. It's kind of disappointing when I'm used to my super geared Shaman, but yeah, so the tier 1 talents are still kind of boring, but at least they're doing something useful, not just like PvP, even though Shamans aren't really PvP things at the moment. Then there's 30 talents, which is like movement. So the one I liked the most was Gust of Wind. You could basically disengage forward. It's very fun. It's less like a disengage and more like the travel form wild charge. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's travel form wild charge. You just kind of fly away. When there's fleet of foot for 6 seconds after leaving Ghost Wolf, you will continue to move 20% faster. Don't really need to explain that one much. It's just more of a PvP thing, I would assume. And Windrush Totem. It's kind of like Windwalk Totem, but different. Summons an air totem with blah 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 health, location in 15 seconds, continually granting all allies who pass within 10 yards 60% movement speed for 5 seconds. So this one's actually kind of interesting. Like, you throw it here if your raid needs to move through something, and everyone can just kind of run through it. Like the whole raid group. It's like Stampeding Roar, but it doesn't move. Or it's not with the player, you can throw it ahead of you, so it's kind of better. It has a really short cooldown. 45 talent is just Capacitor Totem, AoE Stun. Earth Grab Totem, AoE Root. Spam Root, whatever it is. Or Spam Slow. See, they changed the names of things, it confuses me. And there's this one, which is really strange. I don't like this, it's weird. Like, I feel like this would be pretty cool. You put the totem at the destination for 10 seconds, the totem pulses every 5.20 seconds, hexing all enemies within 3 yards for 10 seconds. So it's like an AoE hex, but the range is so small that I can't see it being useful. It's just not big enough. So that talent tier is kind of underwhelming, other than like dungeons and stuff. I don't see myself using much of these in raids, other than maybe Earth Grab and Cap. Definitely not using that in raids, and I don't see that ever being used in PvP. Another thing is that all the totems but Maelstrom and like the elemental ones, like all the utility totems, you get to throw. It's kind of nice. But they removed that ability to let you move them. Anyways, 60 talent, Elemental Blast, Ancestral Swiftness, and Echo of the Elements. We've seen all these before. The only one that's changed is Echo of the Elements, since Earthquake isn't the same. Echo of the Elements is now just Lava Burst, but it's 3 charges, which honestly seems somewhat useless considering what Lava Burst does now. It basically does very little damage, but is a big Maelstrom generator. But I'm pretty sure there's something that allows you to like do more, or okay, so say you cast Lava Burst, then your Lightning Bolt will do more damage. You cast that, and your Lava Burst will do more damage. So it's kind of be like weaving around your rotation. But I haven't been able to confirm that because I haven't looked super far into it. But so far, Elemental Blast seems to be the choice out of these. Then the 75 talent. These ones are interesting. This increases the chance that you get a Lava Burst proc, so Lava Surge by 10%. This one, the Greater Fire Elemental, is joined by 2 Sons of the Flame who attack your target. Since that one is going to keep you in combat forever, I'm going to show you this one first, Magnitude. Anytime a target is standing in an Earthquake with Flame Shock, gouts of magma will erupt at their feet, dealing extra damage. So this one doesn't do much damage yet, but I feel that it might actually, if it did good damage, it might actually be really good for AoE burst. So like, you build up your stuff, you get Flame Shocks out, good Flame Shocks, and you gotta get the Earthquake, which takes 80 Maelstrom. It's a totem now. You throw the totem down, and then it just kind of blows up. Hits for like 500, which is kind of very underwhelming. But it's a cool concept. It looks pretty cool too. Then Sons of the Flame. I haven't actually tried this one yet, so I don't actually know what it looks like. I'm too addicted to using procs. I need to stop. Get out of combat. Come on. I'll go back to this so I can jump around. Your Greater Fire Elemental was joined by 2 Sons of the Flame. Pop this, see how much they do. Go. Go. Wait, they're casters? 20k, 20k, 20k. 20k. Yeah, they're all hitting for 20k. That's actually a lot of damage. I gotta keep casting and keep this going. I don't think it's showing pets right now. Pretty sure it's supposed to. But they all hit for 20k with... How long is this cast? For like, what, 2 seconds? 2 seconds? 2 second cast? 20k each, that's 60k. 30k per second, that's a decent amount at level 100. 30k DPS for a full minute. So, that actually might be the way to go single target. Actually, I almost guarantee that's the way to go single target. This will probably be the way to go for multi-dotting, and this will be the way to go for AoE, if they're balanced properly. 90 talents, 2 of them we've already seen. This one, it hasn't really been changed at all, but Liquid Magma Totem, the only difference is now, for one thing, you can throw it, and secondly, it doesn't require a fire totem, it makes its own, which is really nice since we don't have any fire totems except for Fire Elemental. It actually hits very hard, so I don't remember exactly what Earthquake hits for, if I could get procs here. It hits harder than Earthquake per tick, but it ticks less. But it's still pretty good for AoE. If you had like mass AoE, that would be pretty crazy, especially considering the range. It's basically Starfall. Then Storm Elemental Totem is just the normal elemental. You pop it after 5 minutes. May or may not be better than the Fire Elemental anymore. We won't know until level 110, but yeah, it's just a big cooldown. Lightning Rod. Mark the target to become a Lightning Rod, causing your nature spells to deal 20% more damage to the target and also deal 500 damage to enemies within 20 yards. 20, not 200, 20. So 20% more damage to the target for... Does it actually say? 20 seconds. And then you do AoE damage. So I'm not actually casting Lightning Bolt for some reason. But it does a little bit more damage, 20%. It's not huge. When you cast like Earth Shock and stuff, you probably notice it more. Then the AoE is really insignificant, like insanely small. You won't even know it's there. So Lightning Rod's pretty bad right now, to be honest. I probably would never use it. It's a 1 minute cooldown that doesn't really do much at all. Unless you like maybe if you stack it with this, you can spam Lightning Bolt. That's something I will get to in a moment. Then the 100 talents are two of the things we've seen before. One that we've seen that's been changed. So Ascendant, a Shaman transforms into a Flame Ascendant for 30 seconds. While in this form, Earth Shock becomes Lava Shock, and Chain Lightning is empowered to become a Lava Beam. I haven't actually tested the damage for it. I just noticed that it was a 4 minute cooldown and it lasted 30 seconds, which is interesting. But I'll show you this one first since I know what it is. You could also change talents without totems. I'm not sure if that's just alpha or if that's in the game now. You summon 3 totems to your side for 30 seconds that provide the following benefits. Earth Totem attacks your target and increases the damage dealt by Earth Shock by 50%. Fire Totem increases the damage done by Lava Burst by 50%. They all attack the target, by the way. Lightning Totem reduces the cast time of Lightning Bolt by 50%. So it's like Insane Burst, because it lasts 30 seconds on a 3 minute cooldown. It's much better. It's almost like Incarnation for Feral Druids are right now. It's much better than Ascendance is right now. It's like a heroism. Let me get some dots up, actually. I want to change this. Too late. Let's go. See how much this does. Like, I don't actually remember exactly what it hit for before. I probably should cast that. See how fast this cast is? Let's try it, actually. Lightning Rod. They changed to Lightning Bolt animation. In Lava Burst, it feels like the only reason you really use it much is just because it's such a good Maelstrom generator. Was that 242k? What? I can't click things. That's a... Oh. Alright. 242k. I don't know what to think about that. But we're going to move on to Ascendance now. While I'm sitting here mind blown. Almost jumped off the edge. So mind blown. So Ascendance its 4 minute cooldown lasts 30 seconds now. I haven't actually tried this, as I said before. So let's see how much damage Lava Beam does. Chain Lightning hits... Wait. What the fuck? Is this hitting less than Chain Lightning? It's a Lava Shock. Boom. Hit for far less. What? This is hitting terrible. This is actually a damage decrease, as I see it. Lava Shake for 26k. It was hitting for 53k as Earthshock. That's actually a damage decrease, so the idea is there. I don't really like it, honestly. It's very little changing. Like, I like how it is right now, where it changes your playstyle significantly. And in the beta right now, it really doesn't. Like, it's almost exactly the same, actually. It is exactly the same, actually, and it does apparently less damage. That'll be fixed. See, that hit for 137k. Lava Shock hit for 24k. Something is wrong. Can confirm that Primal Elementalist does not work with Sons of the Flame. I wanted to see if that would be some super crazy spec build thing, but it's not. It doesn't do anything. There are no suns. Here we have what I believe to be the best single target DPS build in the beta right now. Obviously for Shamans, not for everyone. And that would be Maelstrom Totem. Okay, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Elemental Blast, Sons of the Flame, Storm Elemental Totem, and Totemic Fury. There are no DPS things, so I'm going by just based off of how much damage they do per global and stuff. I haven't like super seriously mathed it out, but this is what I fully believe to be the best. And I also believe the opener should not include Flame Shock anymore because it's just so bad without 20 Maelstrom. Probably gonna open with 2 Lightning Bolts. Pop that, and pop everything else. I don't know if that actually stacks or not. Then the Stormkeeper thing, an artifact weapon. Oh, and don't put down your Maelstrom Totem while these are down, because it actually overrides them. Which is somewhat... I almost like it. Because it reminds me of how Shaman is, where you have to be careful. Like a skill cap thing, I don't know. Most people probably won't like that. I would do Sons of the Flame, but I actually can't right now because I had to have it on cooldown. I'm testing the other thing. Minuyo. Either way, I'm using this. I don't feel like doing more than a minute on this anyway. It feels like the damage is actually decent, considering my level 680 something. And the elemental shamans do not scale well with gear. So I feel like it's not bad at all. I don't know how much this thing is hitting for. 17k. It's gone. Well, I think it was hitting for 17k, which is just about as much as the fire elementalist, but it was faster casting, so it would probably still come first. Anyways, we're gonna try AoE now. AoE spec is actually pretty similar, except for elemental fusion instead of Sun to the Flame. I could be wrong. It's just testing. And liquid magma totem instead of storm elemental totem. So we're gonna start out with the optimal AoE opener that I've kind of figured out. Don't have my cooldowns. Oops. Keep reading to close this. You want to build up the stacks by spamming Chain Lightning first, and then apply all the dots. So it's basically just a waste of 3 globals if you don't do it in that order. Then you just get all the procs. Procs galore. But the problem is, if you're playing it right now at like a high level, at least Shaman, you're probably going to be used to not having to refresh Flame Shock very often. So you're going to have to get used to that again, because it only lasts 30 seconds and it goes on like 10 targets. If you do it right. You build it up again. I kind of messed up there by I let it fall off for too long. Even cast a Lava Burst into it without it, which isn't quite as significant anymore. The only difference is it always crits instead of the 50% damage, which I kind of like. It makes you a little less dependent. You can target spot better. But yeah, it's still something you don't want to cast without. So the AoE feels pretty clean. I like it better than just Chain Lightning Earthquake, Fulmination sometimes. Next, Totem of Fury might not be that good, but Ascendance is so bad. Because Totem of Fury doesn't affect Chain Lightning. Yeah, probably Primal Elementalist, I don't know. Once we get like recount and stuff, I'll do some actual testing and I'll post videos on that. Right now I'm more just kind of showing you gameplay and playstyles and stuff. Might even be better just to cast Lightning Bolt with these out. Yeah, it feels clean. It feels fun to multi-dot and stuff. I enjoy this. Enjoy that more than I'm willing to admit, because I was kind of a playstyle change hater. Because I love how LE Shaman is, aside from the shocks being the same cooldown, which they actually got rid of, so they are listening. So there's no glyphs or anything like that. So I guess there's only one other thing to really show you. There's not a whole lot in the alpha yet. You could get to like 106, but I don't know if you get any abilities because I haven't had the time to level there yet, considering I got the alpha about 6 hours ago. Or however long ago, I can't do math. Anyway, the artifact weapon. I don't know what these are. I'm assuming they're enchants. But you start out, the very first one is Stormkeeper. That's the ability I was using. Or will be using, depending on when I put this in the video. Let's raise the fist of Ra-Den to the sky and absorb all nearby electric energy, causing our next 3 lightning bolts or chain lightnings to deal 200% increased damage. Now this ability is pretty cool. It's also 1 minute cooldown, 1.34 second cast. This is a interesting flavor ability, but I really wish it didn't have a cast because it kind of ruins it. It just feels clunky with a cast. Like if it didn't have a cast, it would be so smooth. I'm not sure how I don't have 30 yet. Dude, now you gotta stop and cast this, which just like raised it up. Yeah, there's a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage, but the cast time, it like ruins it for me. So hopefully that can be changed, or I'll just have to get over it. Who knows? And there's 2 paths you can take. You can go the lightning bolt damage increased by 3%, which obviously increases 3 times, going up to probably 9%, 9 or 10. And then there's the other path of like survivability. When you fall below 25% health, Healing Surge is automatically cast on you. This can only occur once every 15 seconds. So we're gonna go down this one first since it's quicker. Molten Blast increases the critical damage of your Lava Burst by 3%, which if you're playing right should be all the Lava Burst damage basically, because criticals are always gonna happen if you have Flame Shock up. Elementalist, each time you cast Lava Burst, the cooldown of Fire Elemental is reduced by 1 second. I'm assuming at level 3 that would be 3 seconds. And this would probably be 9% as well. If you're using Echo and you're multi-dotting, you could have a Fire Elemental probably every minute and a half. That's just a wild guess. But that would be pretty accurate, in my opinion. Because you get a lot of Lava Bursts out. You can literally get 1 out a second, so that's more like 2.5 minutes, but still, a lot of Lava Bursts. Down here, damage taken reduces damage taken by 3%, goes up to 9%, I'm sure. Or maybe maybe it's multiplicative, maybe it goes up 15 or something. I'm just guessing here. Down here is each time an elemental overload occurs, you gain 5% haste for 3 seconds. I doubt that stacks. I know it doesn't rank up more, it's just 0 of 1, but I doubt that stacks. Because that would be insane, because you get so many elemental overload procs when you have mastery. I have, like, shit gear, barely 690, and I have 47% mastery. So it's a pretty good chance it'll happen. And there's a special one. It's supposed to be better than the rest. Casting a nature spell increases damage of your fire spells by 3% for 4 seconds. Casting a fire spell increases the damage of your nature spells by 3% for 4 seconds. So this is what I was talking about with Echo, or will be talking about. I really should have organized this better, but you go up, if you have Echo the Elements, you cast a Lava Burst, and you cast a Lightning Bolt, and you cast another Lava Burst, you cast another Lightning Bolt. Proc actually let me do it. Let me do it! But it's basically just go back and forward as much as you can to get that extra 3%. It's min-maxing. But overall, that one's kind of boring, gonna be honest. Other than like this slight change in rotation, it's kind of boring for a special thing. Now if we go the other way, increases the damage at Earth Shock by 3%. So that's pretty good. Still pretty boring though. We're just gonna go straight to this thing. Lava Burst damage increased by 3%, so like you could have about 20% more Lava Burst damage once you're done with this. By these two. Flame Shock lasts additional 2 seconds. It probably goes up to 6 seconds. Still pretty meh. I don't know. It's mediocre, but Chain Lightning has a chance to cause Static Overload, which will cause all targets hit by your next Chain Lightning to also be hit by an Elemental Overload of Chain Lightning. So basically it's Elemental Overload again. That's what I'm getting out of that. Lava Burst has a chance to open a volcanic fissure under your target, dealing 17,000 damage to all enemies within 3 yards of the volcano every 1 second for 6 seconds. So that's like AoE. It's only 3 yards again, which is really small. Like this is 3 yards. They have to be really, really stacked for that to be very efficient. But I'm sure it looks cool. So I'm happy with it, as long as it looks cool. We only have 3 left. Your Fire Elemental is replaced with a Lightning Elemental. It's interesting. What if that... wonder if this talent will change. Sons of the Lightning. Chain Lightning bounces to 1 additional target. You rank it up 3 times. Rank it up 3 times. So, wait, that would be like 3 targets. So that's a total of 6 targets. That's an upgrade. 6 target Chain Lightnings. Probably gives a lot of Maelstrom. 4 Maelstrom per target. 6 targets. It's some math. It's like 24 or something. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, 24. When you summon your Lightning Elemental, an image of Rodden will crash down next to you, sending blasts of lightning towards all targets affected by Flame Shock. So instead of using this on pole, as most people would do now, unless you're spec for this, you would Flame Shock everything and then use it, and then this would do like a big AoE. That's what I'm getting out of this. So these are kind of cool, but I was hoping they would give me more abilities, and not just upgrade abilities, but all they really do is change stuff. If I remember right, there is literally nothing it adds. There is no extra button. I mean, the rotation already has quite a few buttons, but I'm an overachiever. I like lots of buttons. But I'm still very happy with it. Other than Stormkeeper, I really want that to not have a cast time. Please, Blizzard. But yeah, aside from that, it's I think it's really good, especially for just alpha. It already feels pretty good to me. Except for the Flame Shock one, that's pretty underwhelming. But yes, that is the artifact weapon, and these I'm assuming are enchants. I'm sorry for my ignorance, I haven't really done much research. I just got the beta and was like, I'm gonna play this, and I streamed it a little bit. And I'll probably upload clips from that later, maybe, I don't know, who knows. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to show. I looked into it a little bit more and concluded that that is all there is to show. And yeah, there's not a whole lot, but it's significant changes. There's just not that much to show because, you know, it's still the same class. And they removed glyphs and stuff. It's not like a guide. I don't have to show you every single thing. I was kind of showing you the changes and like how the playstyle will be, things like that. And now that I have alpha, I do plan to post other videos. Like the Resto Druid one will surely come for those of you that are waiting for that, because I'm sure there are some of you, lots of you, most of you. Yeah, that'll probably be based on PvP. Oh, Shaman PvP, very bursty. Guarantee it. What if I can go Nashri? Being off topic. Yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to see more. Dislike if you hated it. But before you dislike, I would like to apologize for sounding weird. I got home from surgery about 2 days ago, so I'm trying to sound professional while on lots of drugs. But I had to make the video today because it just came out and I could not wait. I was going to wake up like a week or two and then make a whole bunch of videos, but yeah, I wanted to make this one today, so thank you for watching again. Subscribe, like the video, all that stuff. Comment on what you want to see, because I have a lot of clips of like the quest lines and stuff that I could post. But I don't know if I don't want to flood my channel with that if people don't want to see it, so let me know. Anyways, see you guys next time.